Welcome to the North American Logistics Summit. Thank you for your time today. I really appreciate you joining us for this session and looking forward to making it valuable for you. My name's Bob Hitt. I'm the Transportation Logistics Lead for the Ameri region at Salesforce. Joining me today is Molly Redenbaugh. Molly, can you tell me about what Wave6 does for transportation and logistics companies and your role at Wave6?
I'm happy to, Bob. It's good to see you this morning. So Wave6, we work with a wide range of T&L companies, including freight forwarders, carriers, and 3PLs. Really, our main goal when working with these organizations is to move them off outdated technologies. As we've seen, a lot of carriers and general transportation companies are using much older technologies, and they really need to bring their systems up to speed. So with that, we want to bring them to a tool that can really handle the ever-changing tech environment that we're living in today. We've really helped customers optimize sales and marketing, improve their KPI visibility, and that really includes things like churn prediction and revenue realization, looking at their service centers to improve their efficiencies and really overall customer satisfaction. So what we found in the industry, based on our knowledge combined with the power of the Salesforce platform, is that we can really help organizations update their tech stacks faster than they ever thought possible. As for myself, I'm experienced practice lead here at Wave6, and my team focuses on the end-to-end processes of the organization from employee through customer. And what that helps us to do is really take advantage of the configurability of Salesforce without an overabundance of technical debt. And you couple that with industry knowledge, we really guide customers to the best solution to meet their needs.
That's really interesting. You know, a lot of times with my colleagues at Salesforce that don't have as much gray hair as I have to explain to them what an AS400 is and what some of these technologies that are in use are. Because the industry, transportation and logistics, really runs a gamut of some very, very old technologies and old systems to really modern systems that are leading edge and cutting edge. So bridging that gap sometimes is necessary with folks. So what are the key digital technologies that you see that transportation and logistics companies want from their systems? What are they looking for?
It's really about enabling customer transactions. So transportation and logistics is moving into the same space where a lot of businesses on the B2C space have been for many, many years. So customers are now looking for their specific rates. They're looking for booking. Shipment visibility is huge for these organizations. Understanding and being able to get documentation digitally without having to call and have something faxed to you. Invoice dispute and payments, cargo claims, filing status, all of those things are super important to the transportation industry. They're also looking at like multi-channel, right? So let's talk about, we're still using phone, we're still using email, but expanding that to chat and chat bots and customer portals and mobile devices and improved API connections and understanding how customers can, text in things like a freight pickup or send that in via Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp is really super key for these organizations as they look toward the future of where transportation and logistics is going today. Real time. One of my favorite topics is real-time information. So not only I don't need to call the customer back, I don't need to email the customer back, but the customer's getting their answer while they're talking to me. And that means that I have access as an agent inside an organization to reach out to my colleagues, whether they're in a terminal, whether they're in, billing, wherever they are. I have real-time access to my colleagues, just like my customers have real-time access to me. And really knowing the customer. It's great when you have a screen pop that says who's on the other end of that chat or who's on the other end of that phone. before you even pick it up. So you, with the visibility of the tool, you understand what problem are they probably going to talk to you about if they have an open case, if there's something specifically that where they've been on the portal and they're coming in from a certain page, or they've gone through the chatbot and the chatbot's redirecting them. You have a lot more information. So you just know what the customer is going to be asking you about, and you give them a much better experience with your organization. The thing we hear a lot about, we hear it in the news almost daily anymore, is security, right? Customers want a secure platform. They want something that they know the information on that platform is going to stay safe. It's happening in any industry today. Transportation and logistics is no exception. In fact, it's probably one of the biggest industries really focusing on security, as well as reliability and flexibility. Those are two key things that we hear from organizations. I want something. I'm used to that AS400, so if I go to the cloud, I want something that I know is reliable. And I want something that's flexible, that can grow with my organization as we move forward in the future. We don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, but we want a tool that is leading edge and flexible enough to meet whatever needs come our way over the next, 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, so what I've seen is in the industry, there's some groups that are working on predictability and resilience. We have one logistics customer for Salesforce, and they built an entire service on this notion of resiliency, and they monitor and respond to all supply chain disruptions. It gives them visibility to every leg of the shipment and all of their shipments. It shows it on a map with red flags, and their staff of over 200 people will update the movements to make sure that the deliveries are on time and it meets customer expectations. And the customers can actually see all of these interventions that are being done for them on their behalf. And they can actually get in there and engage and make some of those changes and recommendations themselves in terms of how their shipments are being moved. As you can imagine, this service 18 months ago had what I'll say are normal disruptions. They had storms in some places, fires in other places, roads out, traffic, things like that, at a kind of, normal level. But when COVID happened and all of the demand and the disruptions in the Suez and in the ports in China and LA and Long Beach, their service has been going crazy, and customers are demanding this more and more, that resiliency about their supply chain and that visibility and the ability to take action on it. And what's really key to this service and what they built on the Salesforce platform was this really great mobile and web UI that gives them 24/7 visibility to all of these disruptions. The other thing that we see a whole lot, and especially since the dawn of COVID, was a work from anywhere environment. There were many companies that were not prepared to send their call center staff and their sales staff home. And they really, really struggled with COVID shutting down their offices. And Salesforce had already a lot of tools that enabled those remote workers. And we really doubled down on that. And we've added a lot more capabilities. So there's more collaboration for salespeople and for customer service agents and anyone that's engaged in those customers to collaborate in real time on cases, on accounts, on opportunities. And it really has enabled people to go home and do their work and to provide all of their customer service, whether they're in the office or in their home or really anywhere on the globe, their vacation home, on the beach, just so long as they've got that connectivity. And we're going to be continuing to invest and double down even more on that collaborative work from anywhere environment. Have you seen anything, Molly, in terms of the shift to remote workers?
Yeah. So Bob, you nailed it. That is exactly what we're hearing from our customers. And one of the great things about Salesforce. So what we're hearing is, hey, I want my salesperson to be able to have their office in their car, right? So one of our leading T&L companies is saying, I don't want my teams in an office. I don't want them tied to a laptop. I don't want them tied to, God forbid, a desktop. I want them to work out of their car. So it's really about how do we make them more mobile than they even are today. And that's where the partnership with Salesforce is so amazing, is because there is so much going on in the mobile space for Salesforce today. Salespeople don't want to go to the office. They want to be out in the field with their customer. And I think COVID even pushed that more to the limit than it even was happening before, right? We haven't seen people for a year, so everybody really does want to be out and with people. And so they don't want to have to, use that laptop. They don't want to have to be in a hotel room late at night working on all their updates so their boss knows that they made all those calls. They want to be able to do things quickly and easily from their smartphone or their tablet as the day goes on. They want to be able to have real-time updates, just like we talked about before. It's this real-time nature of the world that we live in. So we should be able to be anywhere and do anything from our mobile devices.
Yeah, and in terms of other long-range digital technology shifts we see, everyone knows about B2C and B2B and B2B2C, and we hear about things like BOPIS and BOPAC are common terms today, and there's end-to-end autonomous supply chain, which is E2E, all of these things changing where the expectations of customers, both in B2B and B2C environments, is constantly changing. And we don't really know what the next thing is. And that's the advantage of the Salesforce platform. We're constantly investing in this platform to bring new capabilities so that it's leading this digital revolution in terms of working with customers and working for employees to provide services. And investing in platform and investing with partners like Wave6 to implement Salesforce and to bring out all of that functionality is really investing in the future and staying at the lead of what digital technology is out there to help your business and your customers be successful. We really appreciate your time today from both Molly and I. We thank you for your time and have a great rest of the conference.